but let's talk about one a little older. We'll go back. So film strips. We're talking about 16 millimeter film strips. They did not use these when I was in kindergarten. They used the slides. They didn't use the 15 millimeter film strips, but they had this series called the Lessons in Living series in the 70s and 80s. And I got a list of some of the titles that were used, and it was kind of hard for me to find versions of these for us to take a look at. But they did. I'll kind of list off some of them real quick. They had Alice in Wonderland, a lesson in appreciating differences. Pinocchio, a lesson in honesty. Lady and the Tramp, a lesson in sharing attention. And then Jungle Book, a lesson in accepting change. Lady and the Tramp, I did mention. Fox and the Hound, a lesson in being careful.
Yeah, so I never heard of these before until like you had brought them up to me. And when I was watching them, the one thing I just kept thinking was like, I kind of wish we had these now. Updated versions of them,
sure.
like on Disney Plus. Like, I think for like the SEL, social emotional learning, like I think they would be really good for the kids. Especially, you know, we were kind of talking about how like bringing those characters in, is it cramming it down their throats? But I do think in that aspect of just a little dose, like I think that would really hit home with a lot of kids.
Oh, for sure. I'm glad you brought that up too, because social emotional learning is getting bigger and bigger, especially after kind of returning back to normal-ish school after having some weird years with the pandemic. And having that come back, a lot of students are in different places as to their feelings about school and being home, you know, and different things like that. And I know like a lot of schools are doing a lot of social emotional learning, and these do kind of hit that pretty well. It's kind of funny. They have the little formats, like they have a kid who's like maybe having a trouble with something that's going on in their lives, and then someone kind of tells them the story, and then they could intersperse clips from like the Jungle Book or like Lady and the Tramp of like what's going on. I know I found on like the Progress City YouTube channel a copy of the Lady and the Tramp one. I think you watched too. And it kind of explains like the young kids, families having a new baby and like how he feels about being left out. And it's like a direct correlation to Lady's experience in Lady and the Tramp. So it kind of gives you the Cliff's Notes version of the movie, but like tuned into
and
that.
I think like updated with the movies that are coming out now between like the Pixar and Disney animation, updated with things that kids go through today. Not that they're different from the things that were from 1970s and 80s.
Right.
But there are new complications and like hurdles that kids need to get through today. And I just think those would be really handy. You know, I would love those for my own children.
Definitely. I'm trying to think of like, I'm trying to, in my head, put together what's a good lesson I could already extract from a Disney movie to make one of these on my own.
I know, right? We could do this,
right? Yeah. Well, how are we gonna do this? We get the clips, and
Can we still sell them for $100 to $200 like dollars?
Right, a copy. It's like not anymore. Not anymore with streaming.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, they would have all those. But no, you could totally, you know, just you could use Encanto and do a whole thing about like, you know, your family relationships, and like it's all there, and that would be pretty awesome.
Turning Red, you know,
Turning Red. I think it's
already won. The whole movie is.
You could just take Turning Red and sell it on the educational market. Here, watch this.
Yeah,
because that movie was great. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you really like this video, visit synergylovescompany.com for the full audio podcast.